Welcome to episode 101 of the No Hangover podcast.
101, triple digits. That's
Bye,
crazy.
y'all.
The one.
Wow, it's crazy hearing you say that.
It is 101st episode of the No Hangover
Podcasting
podcast.
101 right here.
As always, you can find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcast. Visually, check us out on YouTube. Follow and subscribe there. Our social media platforms, we have our Instagram, No Hangover Podcast. Go ahead and follow that. Like the content there. You know, maybe post a story. Never hurts to show love. We appreciate it. But, yeah, get into it. 101. My guys.
We back
Yes,
for
sir.
another one.
Yes, sir.
Another one.
Another one. Your boy Jordan G in the cut. Episode 101. Cuban Sensation in the middle, as always. Got my dog, Erica Ponte, across from me.
What's
Happy
good?
to be here. Excited to be here. Shout out to Ryan Gillio, XL Tent, as always. You guys should be in tune with that by now. You know where to find him. He's on Instagram at XL_tent and Facebook at XL Tent. Phone number 386-479-7111.
Boom.
I almost said a 5 there. I was very close. Very close.
Whole lot of ones.
Whole lot of ones. New music. You guys know I'm always into new music.
It's Jordan's thing.
One of our favorite groups, I would say, as a whole, coming up.
Migo.
I feel like we watched this group kind of come up as we came up.
Yeah. We came up with them for sure.
Right.
I know me especially.
Yeah,
Eric and Jordan not as much.
I would say, well, yeah.
You were right there with me.
Yeah.
Eric, it
I
wasn't
was
his group.
late. I didn't really like fucking with them until
let's
No
give-
Label 2.
Let's give the Rich Nigga timeline real quick. And
Rich Nigga timeline.
let 'em know how it
that's
go,
that.
you know
That's
what I'm
a good
saying?
ass mixtape.
For sure, for sure. Jacob definitely was on the wave first, I would say. Like, I think
Migos
we all,
was my shit.
I think we all found out about them around the same time. Versace, Drake, obviously that was
Yeah.
like their entrance into like the mainstream game. Unless
was
you were really in
actually-
Atlanta.
Well, not just that. Well, Spinnerella shit. That was like that didn't drop on there. So like Versace was like probably the 4th or 5th song I heard from them.
Yeah, because the mixtape was already out, and
Yeah.
then Drake
Already
jumped on the
like, I
song,
already fucked with
remixed
them.
it, and it
Yeah.
was out of here.
Yeah.
So Jacob was definitely on it first, and then I fucked with them. They had some shit, but I wasn't that big on that wave at that time. Like
Yeah.
it was cool to me.
That was the start of a new sound too.
for
though.
sure. Thug, Rich Homie Quan, all them guys at that time.
It's like a singy rap.
I wasn't really feeling it at that point. Like I wasn't
Rich
onto it
Homie.
yet. And Eric played one time. I remember this vividly. I think we were driving somewhere. This is the song that really did it. Freak No More. You played Freak No More for me, and I had heard Migos. I liked them, but like there wasn't somebody that I was gonna go check into and listen to mixtapes. I heard that shit one time when you played it in the car. I was a fan from there. Then I started
I didn't
really
even know
fucking
that.
with
That's
them.
news to me.
No Label 2, I started
No
listening
Label
to.
2, that's when I started fucking with them.
Exactly.
Really.
I
Like,
started-
pretty
and-
much like I heard of them, but No Label 2 is what
And
got
for a
me.
lot of people, I think that's where they really caught people's ear.
Mhm.
No Label 2. Because they
Well, they
had
had
Handsome
Fight
and
Night.
Wealthy, Fight Night,
Mhm.
Freak No More.
Yeah.
They had some joints on there.
First 48.
Yep.
First 48.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that whole thing, No Label, from start to finish. That's a classic mixtape right there.
Definitely. I would
That
agree.
and then after that, Rich Nigga Timeline. That's
Mhm.
that one right there.
Across the country.
Yeah,
And at that point, it's funny about Cross the Country. We both were in different
yeah.
states when that,
Well, even
when
before,
that mixtape.
like, what else? Was
We
on
really
there?
got
Let
to
me
see
check.
artists
I gotta
develop.
check, honestly.
Like, artists develop. Like, from the bottom
Fucking
up
Chinatown.
with the Migos.
No, one of the biggest shits,
Chinatown.
Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana.
Yeah,
Hannah Montana.
that was big.
Hannah
That
Montana.
shit was
Hannah
huge.
Montana.
That was big. They
That
had
shit
so
got
many-
remixed so many times.
I got Molly. I got
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then Bando too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that was all basically 2013. So that was like what?
High school.
Yeah,
junior
that was
year.
our like sophomore, summer, junior year probably.
Definitely.
Something like that. Yeah.
Good times. Good times. Fast forward,
So
they
that was
had
a fun
Bad and
time.
Bougie. Culture 1 comes out. They're mainstream.
Yeah.
They're one of the biggest groups ever. We
Yep.
get Culture 2. Now we are here. Culture 3 just came out.
Yeah.
I like the album. I was excited for it. I will
We
say
skipped
that
over the Culture 2 part real quick. We want to pretend that didn't happen.
I said Culture 2 happened, and now we're at Culture
T-shirt.
3.
Real quick.
I mean,
quick.
if you really, it's so much to get into. If you really want to break it all the way down, you know how many feature tapes that they were on? They all had solo projects.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot.
They've done a lot since.
If you want to
Culture
get
II.
into it, I was just
Yeah.
running past it. But if you want to break it down, we could break
We
it
could
down.
break it
No,
down.
it was a joke because Culture 2 was not good.
No, I mean, I
wasn't
understand
as good.
that. I understand that. Yeah, I feel like Culture 3 was better.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah. I listened to it a little bit. I think like the day after it dropped, and then I listened to it. I just drove back down from Jacksonville, so I listened to the rest of it there. And it definitely, like, production wise, like, it's a like it's a different album.
Correct.
It's not Culture. Like Culture and Culture 2 were the same album. That's where I feel like that's where it fucked up. Like this was a different album.
Correct.
You could definitely see that like, they're getting better, and I feel like
you can see the
Takeoff
diversity.
clearly is the best rapper out of the three. Like I feel like this.
He always has been.
He always has been, but there was always debate. There was always people. Well, what about Offset because of the celebrity?
They never debated
effect,
They never debated amongst themselves though. They always knew.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but
they always were hyping Takeoff up.
For sure.
They knew. Well, it's not even hyping him up. They already knew. They were like, we're not
but
rapping.
amongst the media and the fucking the talking heads, it was always an argument.
You know why they call him Takeoff?
Because he takes off.
Quavo said this in an interview recently. They've been on a press run for this album. When they first started recording, what they recorded on, you could only do it in one take. If you fuck it up, you had to do it like all over again, or you had to pay extra, some shit like that. And he was the only one that could do his verse in one take every time. And that's why he developed the name.
Yeah,
Takeoff.
he's definitely this solidifies it. Any talk, if there was, maybe I don't know, but that I feel like this kind of solidified that he's the best rapper out of the three. Now the biggest star, maybe not, but the best rapper, I feel like he's best.
Definitely not the biggest star. I mean, he's definitely in the.
Who do you think the biggest star is? It's definitely between Quavo.
It's Quavo and Offset. I would say Quavo, honestly, just because he's more in the face of like the NBA. He does more like with sports.
He's the one that lives in
like
LA.
that.
I'm pretty sure. So he's in the mix like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
The celebrity mix.
Quavo lives
I
in
feel like Cardi B.
Quavo lives in LA.
I'm pretty sure.
Cardi B and Offset
They live in
benefit
Atlanta.
off of each other for sure. Like that was
For sure, yeah.
That propelled both of them.
Correct. Quavo had the Sweetie thing going.
Yeah, but
that even
I
helped
feel
him.
it did help him, but I feel the Cardi B Offset, I feel like it's definitely like on a bigger level. They're married, they have kids
Cardi
and
B
shit.
is a
Yeah,
way bigger artist.
Yeah, and that.
100%.
Well, then Sweetie, of course, but the breakup and stuff between Quavo and Sweetie throws the popularity back out.
Well, that came at the right time. It came right before the album.
It did.
That came at the right time.
He put shit referencing that in the album.
Course,
Ain't nothing but a little bit of straightening.
Of course.
Ain't nothing but a little bit of straightening. That's not my favorite song on the album. I do like this song, but I like the message. I feel like they're touching on a lot of different things with that one song.
The legit message though, when he was like,
how people feel about them.
No, what did he say?
People don't give them their credit.
She got her way, now she got of a Bentley.
Right. Ain't nothing but a little bit of
I mean, a lot of people don't give them credit. I do feel like they do. I mean, naturally, they're going to hype themselves up a little bit more. But
of course.
I feel like they've gotten their credit now because they've spoken up and they've had enough success to...
For sure.
To, get the credit now.
Well, yeah, they've had a numerous amount of success.
Definitely. So
since Culture 1 came out. Culture 2 kind of flopped for them, but they still were riding so much hype from Culture 1.
They had so much
and then they stayed in the mix throughout the whole time.
They stayed relevant the whole time.
Even though they weren't dropping an album, they were, like you said, they were doing features. They've
all
dropped a solo project.
Do you think they're the biggest group out of Atlanta aside from Outkast? You gotta
Yes.
put that disclaimer in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Big in what sense?
You said
big in what sense though? Big in what sense? I love Outkast, but like,
are they bigger than Outkast?
They might be. They might be.
Numbers,
as far as like numbers and money
so,
and the type of publicity that they get now, as opposed to what it was 20 years and shit. Like, I feel like Outkast is probably still number one, but Migos are pushing. I mean, they have to be at this point. They have to be, regardless if you like them or not. They have to be. They have to be pushing.
Yeah, they are pushing. I mean,
when Migos goes diamond,
they've been consistently hot for a while now.
Then
you know what I mean, and it's a different time, like you said. The streaming numbers are ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And the fans.
Who's a better rapper, Takeoff or Andre 3000?
Okay, let's not go there. Let's not go there.
I just
Relax.
But are any of the three Migos bigger stars than Big Boy? I'd say so.
Probably, yeah.
It would probably go Andre, then if we're talking about celebrity, then probably Quavo, Offset, Takeoff, and then Big Boy.
I would agree with that.
And then
Sir Lucius Left Foot, Big Boy.
Is Big Boy? I mean, maybe Big Boy's a better rapper than the Migos.
They're not bad rappers.
They're not, but
they just have a certain cadence.
They have that, and they have a limited of what they can go to as far as like what they rap about and shit.
Correct, like most rappers, but not Andre 3000. Because he's not like most rappers.
Nope, he's above them.
Leave him out.
He's definitely above them.
But we do have to use them because they are
Yeah.
arguably the biggest group to ever come out of Atlanta.
Migos is more
arguably the greatest group in hip hop.
As far as like
been out a lot longer.
They've had a long. I mean,
but no, Outkast.
I'm not
Migos'
saying,
biggest album.
Yeah, I'm not saying
134.
You know, maybe the way I presented it, but I feel like it is topic of conversation. I feel like you could make it a conversation.
Okay. So Migos' biggest album did 134,000. Outkast's biggest album, I've sold 25 million records.
Yeah, but they've been in the game for 20 years.
That's what I said. Like the time
it's hard. You have to measure it. We're in the moment right now, and we're not in the moment of Outkast. Yeah. Like we kind of experienced it, but we were young. And all we really know is what we've seen from the past and what numbers say and highlights and shit like that. But we're in this Migos shit right now, so it's easy to say
they have a chance to
But if you're talking about just
surpass
groups that are coming out of Atlanta, like.
Sure, yeah,
they're probably
they have to be the only.
But if you're talking, exactly. If you're talking groups, it's 1 and 2, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They have to be the only group.
And when you got 1 and 2, more times than not, there is some type of at least conversation you can have about it. Maybe it's not the most compelling argument, but you can bring it up and they're there. I mean, what they're doing now, who knows how much longer they're gonna go? If you go off of Culture 2, maybe if they didn't follow that up well, then maybe you could talk about then they had their little run and they fizzled out. But Culture 3
Outkast was really only out for 10 years.
But it's a different time though too, because most artists weren't. It was harder to keep that longevity back then than it is now.
Correct.
So it's hard to measure it, but there is different, elements that what they're doing now.
There's so many extra things that can keep you a star. It's not just the music. It's the social media presence. It's the celebrity. That wasn't as big of a thing back in Outkast time, but they were
street music.
Yeah, but they were not the norm either. They were doing things that
they were different. They were very different, especially coming out of Atlanta like that.
Especially coming out of the South, Atlanta like that. So
Andre 3000 wearing fucking wigs, weaves and shit. The way they were dressing, that shit was different coming out of Atlanta.
They were out there for sure.
Honestly, boom,
100%, 100%.
You got it.
But, I would agree with you with what you said as far as I feel like they made growth since Culture 2 as artists and production wise. I feel like Culture 3
1,000%
production wise was
probably the solo projects probably helped them find themselves, because it kind of seems like in this album they kind of found their
they know where their niche is.
Yeah, they're finding their own pockets and you could tell who's who, what's doing what, but they're working together.
Correct.
It's a different type of flow, camaraderie with it.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite song on there, Jacob?
Either Antisocial.
Oh, you like the Juice WRLD joint?
Yeah,
that's a little emotional right there.
It is.
Jacob's an emotional flower. He don't like to show. Flower. He don't like to show.
Not even an emotional guy. Emotional flower.
He don't like to show it, but he's an emotional guy.
Wow.
Deep down.
All right. What's your next one?
It's what's up, ladies? No, I'm just kidding. I honestly like the Juice and the Pop, what is
Pop
it?
Smoke?
Insight?
Pop Light It Up? The Pop Smoke one?
The Pop Smoke song sounds just like Shake the Room. Exactly like Shake the Room.
It is.
But I think they made them both at the same time.
And I honestly liked that song until Pop Smoke's verse came on. I don't know if that's fucked up to say or not, but...
I mean, it's
me personally, I fuck with Pop. So, hearing it made me shit. I like the song more because of that, because I like Pop. I wasn't, in suspense for the song, but, I played it at the gym, so I didn't even know it was, what song it was yet. So then hearing it, I had a feeling, though. I'm not going to lie. The beat and the way it was going, I was like, wait a second. And then,
I'm not going to lie. That NBA Youngboy song was pretty nice. I don't really fuck with NBA.
It's been out for a minute. But
is it?
I'm pretty sure that might have been.
I might have heard it before, but that was the first time I really listened to it.
Yeah, it's almost a year old, but it's a good song. It's been a hit for a little while. My favorite probably, it's changed a lot, but I like Vaccine a lot.
Well,
I like the production on Vaccine. That bass line that they use on that
one's catching a lot of fucking. I've heard a lot of people like that one.
I like Vaccine a lot. I like the Malibu joint with Polo G.
I feel that one kind of grew on me too.
Yeah,
that beat is tough.
I was gonna say that, but then I felt like I was just shouting out all their features, and I was like, "Damn!" But yeah,
Why Not is probably one of mine. Why Not and Jane, those are probably my two favorite. Those beats are hard as fuck. Those beats are hard as fuck.
Jane was my favorite for a minute. I was telling them the other day.
I like the one with Future too.
But that's the leak that came out. Not the leak, but they previewed just the takeoff part,
bro.
8 months ago, maybe. She won a Birkin. I tell her they were at a club somewhere.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, okay, yeah, I remember.
I remember. I was like, "Oh, this shit." I think I sent it.
I didn't even put that together until you just said that.
Yeah, and I was like, "This shit is gonna be tough." And then you hear the beat that comes after that fucking snippet, the whole entire song. Yeah. Production is crazy. What kind of fucking instrument is that they have on there? It sounds like some Mexican fucking guitar shit.
Fuck, I'll play it right now. Fuck, I can't remember. But those two, I like the beat. And then Avalanche, the way they sampled Papa Was Rolling Stone, that was... It's like a trumpet.
It's a trumpet.
Yeah.
Let's not get sued. Let's not get sued. No words.
Because you better help me. Shit.
No words. That shit is hard.
You don't give a fuck.
What you want?
That was kind of hard. Yeah, that shit is fucking tough. Why Not is tough. Avalanche. Quavo produced that. Him and
Did he really?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh,
him and
shit.
DJ Darrell did it.
DJ Darrell.
But he does a lot of ghost production.
Does he really?
On their albums, yeah.
Damn.
He cooked that up himself. Right? Gives you a different...
Well, fuck.
Give different appreciation, different perspective on them. Yeah, 100%.
That's respect.
Yeah.
Your face. Your whole face. Your whole demeanor.
Well, you got to think about it, though.
Wow.
You got to think about, like, that's a classic song.
Yeah.
And it's, like, a very good sample, the way he cuts it.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
And it meshes well with the trap beat. With the trap drums, yeah.
That shit was hard.
And the video brings it all together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The video really made
on
like
the production of the video as well.
Boom.
Potentially.
Probably. I mean, I'm sure they had that.
Maybe that was Takeoff or Offset that did that. Maybe that's their skill.
Someone came up with that word.
I doubt Takeoff be doing much of like anything besides taking the fuck off.
He looks like that's what he does.
Yeah, you call him, he knows his role.
He got a verse.
He's like, you want me to? I got you.
He got a hot 16 ready at all times.
They literally
was a good one.
They play a beat and this man will take the fuck off.
Yeah, they got
you heard him in his fucking the freestyle.
Which one?
The freestyle they put out, like just
the LA Leakers one that they just put out. I didn't see.
That's a written song. They had a beat already made. DJ Darrell didn't. That's a written song, but it still was hard. They put it together well.
But no, I'm just talking just Takeoffs like freestyles.
I mean, yeah, he carries it.
He usually is the one that carries it. Yeah,
just throw a beat, throw a beat out there.
Roadrunner is hard too.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about the Drake joint, Having My Way?
Having My Way is a good song too.
Yeah,
you know it's gonna get its love because Drake is on it. Pretty but much. Like I mean, the beat sounds like a.
You know, he's been in a similar pocket for a little while. Like
Drake shit?
Yeah, he did the same thing on Slime Language with.
Well, basically, the way you're saying that, which most people have said, if Drake gets on a song lately, it's not really that group's song anymore. Like he pretty much is gonna. He's producing the same sound for a lot of these features.
He's been doing that for a long time.
Yeah, I'm saying, but every song like he just jumps on is just that's Drake's song. Like
yeah, that's been a thing.
It's his beat. It's literally Drake. It's just he's letting it be.
Song.
He's putting it on their album.
He's been doing that for a long time.
Yeah. Okay.
I just feel like it kind of.
We're on the same page.
It just kind of. It's been. I feel like that was just like with the whole Certified Lover Boy not dropping yet. Like it's just kind of like, all right, like how much more are you gonna give us until you actually give us the album? Like
he's a dad now. He's doing other.
Happy Father's Day.
Bring him in the booth.
He's at a point where.
Bring him in the booth. Have him fucking ad lib some shit.
I think he wants Kendrick to drop something.
I think he does, but I think he's getting to a point a little bit, like J. Cole said in his little documentary, like he got comfortable. It's easy to get comfortable in the position that they're in. And for a long time, he didn't get comfortable, even when he was at the top consistently for as long as he's been at the top.
He said he was looking over his shoulder and shit.
Right now, I feel like he's got a kid. He's getting accolades. He's Artist of the Decade. He has the Embassy. Any new fucking concept car that's going to come out in the future, he gets it first. Like, you name it. You know what I mean? So I feel like he's in a different bag right now where he's just like more enjoying life than so worried about putting it out.
Yeah, he's got his own plane.
Well, he said it was going to come out at the end of the summer. So when's the last day of summer? Like September what? So we have until like...
He said that about January though.
He did.
He said that about a lot of dates.
He said that last summer.
He said that last summer.
What if he just never drops it?
Bullshit. You know
he retires. He retires.
No,
he retires. I'm a dad.
He keeps this one for
He's
himself.
about to be. He's about to be. If he doesn't drop it in
his last album, then maybe.
Bro, 35. He's 34 right now, right? And his birthday's in October.
He never said he was going to retire.
35.
He's
33.
Yeah, he did. He said it on Views.
He's 33, I think.
He's 34, though.
34. My bad. Niggas getting old over here.
He might be 33.
You know, I was thinking the other day. I was watching a video, I think, with him. I'm like, damn, this nigga's 34. That means we're getting old. Because he was 23 when he got into this shit.
Yes,
like 22.
Yeah, we're old.
And we were
getting there. I mean, we're not old, but like.
I mean, yeah.
We were old enough to understand all that music, or for the most part.
Bigger picture, we're not old, but
bigger picture, we're not old. No.
In the small scope of things, yeah, we're getting to an age where it's like now it's like, oh fuck, 30 is like not that far away. Remember when we were fucking? Especially for me, you got 3 of them things before.
This guy always has to make that. No,
shit.
Hey, he's old. I'm not there yet.
I got 3 more of those things before.
He's an old
big 3-0.
Yeah, you do.
There's a certain point of every year where Eric's just old as shit, and I'm not that old
yet. So
then
when are you gonna be old?
September time. I'm big damn. Because right now I'm the same age as Jordan, so I'm not old yet.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah.
We all have a gap to where we're just a year apart from each other.
Pretty much.
Well, you're always 2 years older than Jordan.
Always. No.
It's always number wise, no, but I'm always this like it's the time in between our birth doesn't change.
Besides like
the numbers do, but the time between our birth don't change.
It's the 3 month difference where you guys he'll be 26 and you'll be 27 still. Mm-hmm. There's a 3 months.
And I know what you're saying. The numbers will reflect that, but the time between our births
don't.
As
always, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's certain points throughout the calendar year to where we're all a year apart from each other.
Oh, shit.
3.
Numerically.
Do y'all feel like Culture 3 is the best of the trilogy? The 3 albums?
Production-wise?
Yeah, probably production-wise, yeah.
You would say that?
Yeah.
I mean...
Because it's a lot more... It's not
it's still early to call it, but... Because, I like Culture 1. That was like their coming out album, basically. I felt like that was one of the... When it came out, I thought it was going to be one of their biggest albums. Like, I didn't think they could be bigger than what that was at the time. Though? That shit was hard for me.
It is their biggest album. They got number 1 song off that shit.
I definitely think production-wise, it was Culture 3 is better, and it just, like, they kind of reach out a little different more. Like I said, like, you could see, like, they come together well, but you can also see, like, the individual artists and, like, what they bring. And
but you can see growth in their style, which is something that people always said wouldn't last. Like they can only do so much with the style of music that they do. Trap music can only go so far.
And they're still doing it.
They're still doing around the same shit, but they're getting better at it. You know what I'm saying? And they're meshing different sounds. They're not using so many.
Yeah, they've had to adapt a little bit.
Trap beats.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
They'll throw trap beats in, but with other beats, and they'll throw the trap.
They're just getting better
their
production.
Trap selves into different things.
When you sample a song like "Papa Was a Rolling Stone," though, it shows you your musical appreciation too. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not just
correct. It's not just hardcore
a SoundCloud song that they just put together.
It's putting time into it. It's putting time into your craft,
exactly.
Essentially, and
right.
That's
just
something
like we do over here at No Hangover
Podcast. And that's the thing that I appreciate the most from artists. That's why, like, when you talk about greatest artists, that like, you got to go into how much are they involved in their own shit? Like, are they just going into the booth and fucking making a song and that's it, and just spitting bars, or are they fucking taking time with the engineering, the type of instruments they want in their songs and shit like that, samples and picking beats and shit. Like,
yeah.
Damn, you just gave me all water. But
so you're saying
I digress.
Culture 3 best production wise.
Give it production wise, yeah.
Production wise.
Potentially
the best out of the 3. Give it time.
Give me some time.
Let it age.
It's only been 3 days, damn it.
You feel the same way? I think I would agree.
Yeah. I need some more time.
It is a worthy topic. By the way, Tyler the Creator just dropped a new, and it was a Gangsta Grillz fucking. That kind of surprised me. That shit was hard.
I seen that he's on the hood of his car making out with a white girl too. That kind of surprised me too. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a very interesting album.
That shit was hard. That shit was hard. He was actually rapping too, so I know people are gonna like that.
Maybe he's got to think for
corn out of my face.
Complexion, not orientation.
You want to pour some of that in here? But yeah, I just wanted to mention that shit. I heard that. I was like, damn. I saw it. The fact that he's dropping an album in a week was kind of like, oh shit. That's kind of like not random, but a little bit, because he usually does a bigger rollout. And like
Igor was the same thing.
No, Igor was a little bit longer of a rollout.
But he won a Grammy off of it, so
it wasn't that.
I feel like he
longer than this one.
He put out like 4 snippets, like with the video and the song on his Instagram, and it was a different one each week, and he rolled it out a little bit more. And then before, like he put out the letter of like how he wants you to listen to it and shit. This one is just he hadn't really put out any like singles, or like hasn't really been fucking putting out. What are you doing?
Just fucking with Jordan because he was like, hide the label.
But does he ever do that?
Never.
Yeah, he does more rollouts and shit like that. Yeah,
Tyler does mainstream rollouts.
Not really mainstream rollouts. He
puts out singles and shit like that.
Occasionally, yeah.
Well, I guess he does put out singles.
What? But he hasn't really put out anything up until this point.
Does put out singles.
He hasn't put out anything super big. Yeah, but it really wasn't like super in the like
Flower Boy.
No. I'm talking about like since recently, he hasn't really put out anything since Igor that was like that was kind of like pointing in the direction that he was going to put an album out.
Correct.
Now he's just dropped a song with the video, and the album's going to come out in what, 5 days now?
Yeah, that's not a rollout. Not much of a rollout.
No, and he usually does like a little bit longer of a rollout. A little bit longer.
But I feel like in this time frame that we're in,
I'd be intrigued to hear that then.
Not surprising.
Because I'm not the biggest fan of Igor. So.
It's like one song, a video. Hey, I have an album coming.
Mm-hmm.
I will say if Tyler,
some people stretch it out. I mean, it depends on what type of artist you are.
If Tyler does rap more, I'm more excited to hear that. Because I'm not the biggest fan of his last album. I know you guys fucked with it more than I did, but
I like
just me personally.
You like beats, bro. You don't like songs.
If he's rapping, I might like the fucking song.
Maybe might be a hard beats is the wrong word, but you like. How can I say?
He likes a hard sound. He likes hard sounds. He doesn't like. He doesn't.
I mean, I fuck with some singy shit, but the song,
sounds, nah. You don't like layered songs and.
I do, but it comes with a certain extent. Like, I'm definitely more of like a trap type music. Of.
You know that's crazy.
I definitely do.
Do you really?
Yeah.
What love music do you listen to?
Like some soul, like some
R&B. No, you don't.
Talking to a lady.
R&B.
I listen to some R&B.
No, you do not.
All right, all right. Let's see. Prove me wrong.
Never in my life have you played an R&B song with me.
You ain't no bitch.
I was gonna say, I guess because I'm your nigga, you're not supposed to.
But like still,
there's some hard.
Sometimes
you listen to music. Sometimes
you just you're in your feels and you just want to put on something smooth real quick. That's it. All right, go ahead. He's struggling right now to look for that shit.
It's just like it was just funny.
Well, we're waiting, Jacob. Time's ticking. Pretty Ricky.
This is like this nigga listens to me. I mean, this is just a funny song that I couldn't.
Not a bad song. Shit.
What's the song about?
Getting pussy. Come on over. I'm horny.
Yeah,
I'm horny.
This has a dance jump feel to it. I'm talking about some like Sade, like some real
like talking about I love you.
Like I love you.
I have a diverse type of like. I don't always just listen to just straight trap shit.
Not straight trap shit, but you listen to the same type of content. It's the same type of content, though.
I am very diverse. I am.
You didn't say the word right, but
diverse. Who knows? Maybe we'll look through your library one day and see. Look through yours, then look through mine, and then we'll see how diverse.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, you got to look through the whole.
That's what I'm saying. Like.
Nah, dog. That's okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's okay.
If you're going off straight library right now, it's gonna be more trap shit than anything else.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just trap and Spanish. Other library that's all you'll see.
Exactly.
That's your vibe.
It is my vibe. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. For
sure.
I have maybe.
I gotta go deep into the library.
I have maybe 4 or 5 Spanish songs in my library. I fuck with it, but
I got a lot of songs. I got a lot of Spanish.
It's not a lot of songs I know like that. I know it if it comes on. I can't sing it word for word or like name the artist type shit. But hip hop, rap, R&B, neo soul.
But I listen to like some dance music, electronic music. Like I fuck with that too. Like nothing crazy, but
I'm not saying that you don't. I'm just saying I haven't known you to go deep into like R&B type music.
I go into R&B
like
occasionally.
Some Babyface or some like Michael Jackson or some like
Shut up. You know I like Michael Jackson.
You like okay, maybe not Michael Jackson. Everybody likes Michael Jackson.
Like,
Music Soul Child.
Music Soul Child. That's
Erykah Badu. Anderson .Paak. Who am I missing?
Jill Scott.
Artists like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really, which is fine. Carl Williams.
Which is fine.
You don't have to, but I'm just saying.
Stop capping. Capping.
But maybe you have other R&B artists that you listen to.
Yeah, there's certain R&B artists. I'm not saying I listen to everybody he's just named.
Give me one that you like. Off the top of your head. Don't look at me like I'm crazy, nigga.
I'm not looking at you like
you're
crazy,
diverse.
but
it should be easy for you.
True. I mean, I like R&B.
Here we go. He's answering the question with the question.
That's a sign right there.
I mean, I listen to a lot of different people though, but I listen to like Usher shit, R. Kelly, fucking
R. Kelly. Boom.
My nigga.
That's why I was like, that's why I was like, damn.
So you know you're under pressure. Like, say some shit that you probably shouldn't say. But it's all good because I listen to R. Kelly too. And we don't agree with any decision that he's ever made.
Correct. His music is still good.
His personal life.
Him as a personal person, he's a personal person.
Definitely, he's a sick man. 100%.
Is he still in jail?
Did he? Yeah, he'll be in jail the rest of his fucking life.
Yeah,
are they fucked?
I'm not gonna let up on him.
Nah. Yeah.
His trial was scheduled for like
his
August.
His lawyers are pulling out.
His trial was scheduled for August, but it got pushed back. He'll be in jail the rest of his life.
He got fucked up in jail already. All kinds of shit.
As he should.
That's what happens to individuals like that.
That's what happens when you
in the system
do fucked up shit.
Yeah.
You get fucked up.
Literally.
But musically, he did used to make some good music. So
he did used to.
Seal.
What about him?
He's another just a great artist. R&B.
Okay.
Kind of that vibe, that lane. Not really.
Is he R&B? He's like more alternative.
Alternative R&B though. Like he's got some. He's got soul. Like that shit is.
That's true. I don't know a lot about Seal.
Tank equals underrated.
Tank is very good. Tank's written for a lot of people too.
Has he really?
Yeah, he's written a lot of big songs. He has.
Good old R&B.
We should. Tank though. What's funny about him is like he's a diesel Tank nigga, but he's very
soft.
I'm gonna love you, hug you, kiss you, hold you.
It's not just a singer. Like he's
a big teddy bear.
As a person in tune with his feelings and has no problem talking about it and shit. He'd be very candid on Instagram.
You know what? You need to listen to this Soulful Sounds playlist. That's what you need to listen to.
We put that together.
Boom. Yeah, we did.
Soulful Sounds from the Hangover podcast. You can find that on Spotify under playlists.
That'll fucking get you.
You know what's probably the best, and I could be wrong. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. The best soulful rap album we've ever heard.
The best soulful rap album?
Say what you were going to say.
The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. That is very, very soulful. I was going to say The Pimp a Butterfly. Maybe of our time.
I like a song called Butterfly. Oh, shit. You know the song.
Like from Crazy Town? Come
no,
lady,
just the song Butterfly.
From who?
Skrillex is in it. Fucking.
Nah. Get that shit the fuck out.
Oh, that's what I was telling him. It was random shit.
We talking about some fucking other shit, all right?
It wasn't that hard. Jesus.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I've never heard that song. Skrillex is a fucking...
This guy.
Oh, you don't got to play it for me right
I'm
now.
not. I'm just going to show you like what it looks like. I know you've heard the song.
Well,
sure
I'd say we all
positive
like music
since
a
you
lot.
ride with me to the fucking gym
We
every
all
day.
have diverse taste in music.
Except Jacob. No, I'm just kidding.
Except for Jacob.
Or whatever.
With that being said, everybody's fucking hurt in the NBA.
Boom.
And it's shitty.
That one.
It's shitty.
Should I play
These niggas is dropping like flies.
Where's Ryan when I need him? Ryan would know.
You can play it afterwards.
NBA players dropping like flies.
They really are, but it was kind of to be expected.
And why is that, Eric? Who should we blame?
You can't really blame anybody.
Adam Silver.
No, you can't, because if they weren't gonna start the NBA season when they did, like they were gonna lose out on so much money. That's what it came down to.
That's what they started. Well, that's why they started when they started.
So, but then the TV money, all that shit, then players' contracts go down, salary cap, all that shit, and
I get the problems.
They'll have a long off season this season. They'll be fine, good to go, get ready next season. Hunky dory, we're good to go.
Not a long off season.
Normal, long, whatever the fuck. I mean, okay, people want to talk about the short off season, but they had a 4-month hiatus in the middle of the season last season. So I mean, it kind of evens out in a sense where you're not used to having 4 months off in the middle of the season and then coming back to play. Mm-hmm. But then on the tail end of things, now you got to make shit up. I mean, it's kind of just basic, kind of like a little give and take. Like, yes, this happened. You had 4 months off. Now we got to make this shit up now. Make up the work. Make up the money. Get the TV contracts going. All that shit. Like,
from a business perspective, yeah.
And that's what it is.
From a health body perspective, though, coming off
I mean, it's
high intense professional basketball for 90 days.
But that's why they get paid.
6 weeks or 8 weeks?
8 weeks. But that's why they get paid so much. That's why they have trainers at the facilities. That's why
but you can say that when it's just a few guys that have been hurt.
So it was the most ever.
Most ever.
Okay, but say you don't start the season when it does, and then they start losing out on money. They're going to start complaining now that the salary caps are down, and they're not going to. The contracts that they're going to be getting are not going to. They're not going to be able to sign for as high as they've been signing the past few years, because of the TV deals and the contracts and shit.
Yeah,
like
the organization.
At the end of the day, like whether it is because for whatever reason, it all comes down to dollar and cents, and that's why they started why they did. Like, it has nothing to do with, well, this is to stick it to the players, or we don't care about what you're saying, or this, that. Yeah, it just came down to money. So it's like,
well, how do you feel about LeBron sounding off on Twitter?
Man, LeBron, I don't pay attention to what he says. I feel like he says a lot of dumb shit.
He's losing. I mean, I remember you telling me this not too long ago that he's kind of starting to.
He's a great basketball player. You cannot take that away from him. To me, he is always, until somebody surpasses him on the court, he's the greatest basketball player in my opinion. But some of the things that he says off the court is kind of like, I get where he's coming from. I get what you're trying to do, but like, maybe ease off a little bit. Maybe like it seems like he's too worried about his self-image, and I feel like when you're at that level, like you don't like, why are you worrying so much about it? And again, I'm not at that level. I don't know. I'm some guy just on a mic, but like it just seems like just take off a little bit. You know, sometimes less is more.
Well, I feel like he's at a point in his career where he's worried more about legacy and where he stands as a man in his community. And I think that's why he takes a lot of that shit head on. Yeah. And with doing that, he can make mistakes because
it's an admirable trait. It is an admirable trait. I'm not saying it's bad, but like some of the things when you put yourself out there like that, you're gonna like some of the shit, you're gonna dislike some of the shit, you're gonna I agree with that, and maybe you should have just kept that to yourself. Correct. Like one of the things when it was when the fans were throwing
popcorn and shit.
Yeah, you know, that little 2-3 days where they were just acting fucking crazy and, you know, whatever. And like he sent a tweet of like, send them down in the basement with Kyrie and let him handle it. Like something like along those lines as far as like, let us get our hands on him and beat his ass or something. Like, not that it really had any like real like validity to it or like that was actually going to happen. But like, you're LeBron James, man. Like, why? Like, what? Like,
yeah, he should hold himself to
like level. If you're trying to promote a certain like, image. Peace and this and that, whatever. Like talking about taking a fan down to the basement and letting us take care of him. Like, just hold yourself to a higher standard than that. Like,
but at the same time,
I feel like just put out a cleaner statement.
Right.
If you're gonna talk about it, something like that. Like, don't stoop down to the level. Go ahead.
Right.
In my opinion, I just he's still a great basketball player. Next year I got the Lakers in fucking 6 in the finals. I don't give a shit.
He's in 7.
I feel like he's at a point as well where like he doesn't give a fuck as much anymore as far as being that clean cut perfect image. Like, he did it his whole career.
I feel like Miami had a big part in that too, him going to Miami and kind of being that villain in Miami.
Correct. I agree having to deal with that and having to wear that on his sleeve. And then I think when he came to Cleveland and won that championship, I feel like a lot of things like just fell off his shoulders.
He said that too.
He said that himself. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't have to worry about nothing anymore.
At that point,
LA was icing on the cake for him.
Correct. And at that point, that was the biggest feat for him in his career. You know, bringing a championship back to his
home city, a 50-year drought, like
53, 52, something like that.
So I think this whole thing,
the answer, LeBron James,
maintaining this perfect political personal image and being who he is as an inner city kid from Cleveland is what he's like starting to showcase later in his career. I mean, he's solidified. You know,
it's like saying? We don't think about it, but he's 36 years old now. Like, I mean, he's creeping on 40. Like, he's a seasoned vet in life right now. Like, so I mean, he's probably got a different view, and the things that he's accomplished at this point, like, it's probably on a different view than a whole lot of different people, but just
different view, different scale. Like,
he's doing shit that we can't even fucking fathom right now. Deal with. Yeah, so it's you can get nitpicky about shit, and when you're on that level, it's pretty much splitting hairs. Like, at the end of the day, he's probably a fucking phenomenal person. Like, he's done so much good and all this shit, but at the end of the day, I mean, there's always going to be, room for improvement, room for critiquing and shit like that. And, that's when people like us come in and, give their opinion on it. And that's
definitely not only that. I mean, he's LeBron James. He's one of the biggest stars of all time. So he's always
of our generation, and of our time too.
And he's always going to be highly ridiculed and talked about because of that. That just comes with the territory, especially for people that are fans of him like ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And see him as a certain way. And I don't think there's any love or any luster lost on any side for LeBron James, but we're seeing different things that have come out from him that, like, okay, we love this basketball player, but some things he says personally we might not all the way agree with or agree with how he handled it or his delivery.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that's all it is.
Just some of the things he just kind of like. He's just, you're LeBron James, he's like on the Instagram, some of his posts are like super like celebratory of the shit, and it's like I get it, but like I don't know, it seems like he's a little full of himself. He feeds into that social media shit. Yeah, he does, which is probably part of his
social
marketing.
Media is an alter ego. Yeah. It's a whole different personality.
But you got to remember, early in his career, LeBron would, especially during playoff time.
Oh yeah,
with 30.
Yeah.
Gone.
Right.
There's no such thing. He needs to get back to that shit. Win another ring.
Yeah.
Win another ring.
There's no such thing as social media to him during that time.
Yeah.
100%.
You did not speak to this man. You did not hear from this man. He knew his job. He was going to finish it.
Right. You said Lakers in 6 next year, no matter what. How do you think they sew this thing together during the offseason?
Get Damian Lillard, maybe.
What they have.
They're going to have to make some moves. Maybe not. Maybe they just...
listen,
but
definitely need to make some moves.
They only had 60-some days, 70-some days to rest. They had the shortest offseason in NBA history. The Lakers in the Heat.
Correct.
So they get a full offseason.
Both bounced in the first round.
They're able to heal. They're able to rest. They're able to do what they got to do for the offseason. They come back and for a full. Are they going to go back to 82 games or still stay at 72? They haven't said yet, but. Now they're able to get back on a normal routine, get back to what they're used to, go through a full season.
What do you think the Warriors are going to look like?
I feel like
they get Clay back.
It's a little left field. We're not talking about that shit.
I know. I'm just saying, if you're talking basketball.
I don't think Clay makes the biggest difference in the world, but I think they make it to the playoffs.
All right, we just forget who the fuck Clay is.
I do, but you forget that the league caught up.
No.
The league is in a different place.
No, he tore both. He tore one and then he tore the other one. Oh, he tore his Achilles?
Yeah.
Well, that's not much better.
Yeah,
that's not much better.
It's bad. Right. It's real bad. But you got to remember, this man scored 60 on 11 dribbles. This man's pretty much catch and shoot. Like, he'll be good. Just put him in a corner somewhere.
The league is like that now, though. You understand? At that point.
Okay, I get you say the league is like that now. Okay. Who the fuck else do you see score 60?
Dame.
Okay, did he have 11 fucking dribbles in the game?
Doesn't matter.
I don't think so.
It doesn't matter.
The league is not like that. Klay Thompson is like that. This man just ran around, caught the ball, shot it.
You have to think, though.
That's one aspect to his game, and he does it great. And he's a great defender.
He's probably the second.
He has a great
He's probably the second best shooter. I mean, Dame is creeping up on them, but 100%. He's probably the second best shooter in the league.
Dame is probably better than Klay right now.
Definitely.
Pure shooter.
It's not 2017, 2018, and KD is not on his team anymore.
Bro,
they're gonna have to sew it together.
The Splash Brothers started before KD got there. This man was wet.
You have to understand there is a thing called father time, and it catches up.
I get it.
Although Klay Thompson has a skill set,
it's different than dunking. It's different than running the floor.
He has a different skill set that is gonna
look at Ray Allen.
He's gonna have a long career. It's a skill set that ages well. But
I'm just saying,
is he going to have the same impact?
I don't think it's going to be enough for that Golden State.
I'm just saying, trust me, as someone who's a Damian Lillard fan, like I have a Dame jersey. As someone who's a Damian Lillard fan, Klay Thompson is a very good shooter. Yes. Like if it's pure shooting, he still might be up there with the best of them. Like I don't know if Steph or Dame is necessarily better than Klay. People are always going to give Steph the best.
That Golden State is going to be better. They're going to be better this year. I think they're a playoff team.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're anything crazy, but I'm just saying it's a different Golden State team.
Correct. I think he brings value to that team. I don't think it's
even if it's a
huge impact,
minuscule, the smallest fucking part of the team. Even if he can give you 5 points, it's still Klay Thompson there. You know, so it's like I feel like it's a different dynamic for them. Someone who's won 3 rings, like it's a different fucking team. That's all I'm saying. Will the Lakers still come out of the West? Who knows? Maybe the Suns go back to back.
The Suns aren't going.
I think the Suns are going to the finals.
Not an all-around guy though.
He's not. He's got a. He's not a.
He's not a good player that you look at him
he's
and
not
you
a
say
good ball
talent-wise, okay, he will always be a piece somewhere.
He was a good two-way player, regardless, though, before his injuries. If he could be, anything of himself, if he could be 50% of himself,
that's not good enough. That's not good enough to push him any further.
They'll still get into the playoffs.
That's maybe 2 games. If he's 50% of himself, that's maybe 2 games.
Okay, but that's
he's doing what the fuck Kelly Oubre was doing.
After 2 years of rehab, he's possible.
But it's not just 2 years of rehab.
Look what
it's a year of
rehab.
Look
what KD is doing. And look what KD did.
He got players.
Listen.
I understand you're about to say he got bounced in the second round, but don't even say that shit because this man just dropped 40 every fucking night.
Okay, well,
two different players.
I wasn't gonna go there, but listen, when you're rehabbing a torn ACL, and then for 1 year, and then the next year you're rehabbing a torn Achilles, I'm not saying that he can't come back and be a great player, but to make the type of impact that he was making before is a stretch. The fact that KD did what he did is amazing. The fact that he did that, because how many players have we seen from torn Achilles come back and do what even like
maybe like one player who's
30% of what KD has done.
True.
And I mean, not to be a fucking Debbie Downer, but KD did not play a lot of the regular season. So there's that too. Yeah. Just putting that out there.
True.
And I will say this too, that you bring it up. I did call Brooklyn second round bounce. Just saying it.
Yeah. I did. I gave
you
your flowers last night.
You did. Just calling it.
If you want to look back into previous episodes, Eric did call
just calling it. I said it that, you can get all the superstars together. It's all great, fine and dandy. But when it comes to playoff times where all the question marks are with Kyrie and Harden, they showed their ass again. Kyrie got hurt. James Harden got hurt, didn't show up.
Correct. But
KD played his ass off. But KD, that is them showing their ass.
KD is one player that like
that's the theme. That's the theme with Kyrie. He had one great run, Kyrie Irving, and it got a chip.
Yeah.
But before that and after that, it has been a lot of what if he can do this if he's healthy. A lot of
100%.
Maybe.
Kyrie has never been there in the postseason.
James Harden, the same thing.
Every year.
Putting up these monster numbers in the regular season, but then in the playoffs, very inconsistent.
He even
very
said it.
Up and down. You can't rely on him.
He acknowledged that.
He should. There you go. That's the sign of a fucking great person. He's a very self-aware person.
Yeah, he acknowledged that he's been pretty fucking shitty in the playoffs.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, so a lot of those narratives came back to bite them.
It did. And KD, again, for as great as he is, you have to think that if LeBron James was in that same situation, what is he doing with this team? He was inches away, but that's the difference. That's the difference, really. That really is the difference. We saw that. It is the difference.
I liked your repost some quote the other day as far as a player having a 40-something point night.
Yeah.
And then the next day we're saying Twitter's going off saying that they're the greatest.
NBA Twitter is fucking Jesus Christ. Every other night it's Devin Booker was there for a while.
But with a guy like KD
is the because he is actually like that kind of player.
Yeah, he's actually that guy.
Because I was watching it with my dad yesterday, and he doesn't really watch basketball, and I'm like, I think it was like I don't know. It was in the fourth quarter with like maybe 2 or 3 minutes to go, and it was a close game, and the Nets were down and shit. And I'm like, and my dad was like, "Oh, it's over." I'm like, "No, it's not. Not with a guy like KD on the other side." And he's like, "He's that good." I'm like, "Yeah, he is that good. Like he is that good."
And where did they go? Overtime.
And then he shot. Oh my god! Picked up his dribble like that shit was ugly as fuck. Turned around and shot that. I'm
against PJ Tucker, he's a great defender, by the way. And credit to him.
No, I thought it wasn't against PJ Tucker. He had already fouled out. No, or did he fouled out in overtime?
Yeah, PJ didn't foul out.
On that stupid foul against Blake.
Yeah,
I remember. Okay.
Blake fouled out too.
That was a dumbass foul.
Hey, but credit to Blake. He did play well. He tried to pick up the slack, and he was trying.
Yeah, that was amazing that he just shit the bed in Detroit because they're a shitty team, and then he just pops up on a great
really
team.
Shit the bed though in Detroit.
I can still dunk on people.
Not, I mean, he was just not playing because he didn't.
He put up some of his best numbers though.
When he
statistically, yes, he did. Bro, what are you talking about? Not when he wanted to. I can't speak.
Statistically,
he put up the best numbers of his career. He just didn't dunk.
Was that the most impactful basketball that he's ever played?
Yeah.
No.
If he's putting up the best numbers,
not with the Pistons,
calories.
No.
The wins might have not been.
Does that fucking matter?
The wins might have not been there, but his numbers were the best he's ever played.
On a shitty team like the Pistons, someone's got to get points.
Name another marquee player on the team.
But it wasn't just points; it was shooting percentage, everything. He put up his best numbers there.
Name another marquee player on that team.
You also have to think during the regular season.
At that time,
Andre Drummond, he's going to get you 20 boards, but he's not doing
during the regular season. It's a lot easier to get your numbers and pat those stats because you're not really game planning. You're just going to play games, and that's it. Like,
yeah.
That's cute that he did that in Detroit and all that shit, but what is it? Again, to your point, empty calories. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, cool, sure, all right, awesome, but
he gets on a team like Brooklyn,
and I was kind of trashing him that I didn't really think it was that big of a pickup, then he he showed up, and when it was his time to, do what he could, he did it as much as he could, but it wasn't enough.
He did what he could, but it wasn't enough.
They needed LaMarcus Aldridge. They got all those all-star players for a reason.
Do you think LaMarcus Aldridge makes that difference, though?
No, I'm just talking shit. They kept running out of all-stars. One goes down, another one up. That one goes down, another one up. Like,
yeah, that is. I mean,
but Blake
again,
though, and Jeff Green, they both.
Jeff Green played great the other night too.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, the players tried, but like again, at a certain point, it's like you know,
injuries.
Sometimes enough isn't enough.
Injuries. A healthy Brooklyn team does not lose to Milwaukee.
Maybe. But they haven't been healthy all year.
Yeah, exactly.
They haven't been healthy all year.
I was about to say, yeah, true, a healthy team, but when have they been healthy?
That's what I'm saying. What are they going to do with Kyrie? They need to just give him away. He's used goods, bro. He's done. He's not reliable. He's got one great, phenomenal all-time run, and that's it. And people want to just he crown him off of that. That's it. Like, the talent has always been there, but the consistency, the fucking lack thereof is not there. And for as great of a talent as he is, especially for our generation and shit, it didn't come together for him.
Yeah, man. Injuries are a sad thing.
Yeah. Great talent, though.
We sell this. What about next year, though?
He said about Lakers in 6.
I heard what he said.
I'm talking. Well, what about this year? I think Clippers, Bucks this year.
Suns in 4.
Suns in 4.
For the rest of the fucking playoffs.
You're the guy with the broken nose.
Horse shit. You know better.
He got some free tickets out of it.
I literally said
what's great about that video is the guy with the broken nose thought it was funny. Like, he thought it was games. Yeah. He turns around and he smiles and then he turns to throw the punch and gets his nose broken. He's like, oh, this shit was real.
Yeah, the
Suns fan wasn't playing.
The Denver dude is stupid.
Yeah, he was stupid.
Both those dudes were stupid.
The Suns and 4 guy wasn't really trying to get physical like
he
that.
Wasn't.
He was just trying to get them away type shit. You know what I'm
saying? He would have fucked up both of them.
Denver fan thought shit was. He thought shit was.
Him
sweet.
and his boy, they both thought shit was sweet, and he came after the boy too.
Well,
greatest video ever.
The one guy's who threw the punch first, and then his boy got pushed back and punched one time too. He didn't get his nose broken though. He didn't get his nose broken.
Uppercut at least 4 times.
Shit ain't fucking sweet.
He's going to a West Conference game though.
I don't want to see the Suns win. I don't.
No.
Not the finals.
I wouldn't mind it just because Chris Paul, he'll get a ring. Devin Booker's cool, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. At this point, like, I don't really have, like, I don't care who wins, but I think the Clippers and the Bucks are going to win.
And I don't want anybody that's.
Fuck you guys. Nobody gets a ring this year.
Who do you want to win? Huh?
No one gets a ring this year.
I wanted Brooklyn to win if they were going to go.
Vacate.
I wouldn't want Brooklyn to win.
I didn't want them to win.
Why?
Because.
I didn't want KD to win like that. I wanted him, if he was going to win, I wanted him to play LeBron and the Lakers.
Cheap rings.
If he was going to win. Because I don't. That would be KD's biggest moment, period.
Cheap rings, that's it.
Yeah, but if say the Lakers made it to the finals and Brooklyn made it to the finals and Brooklyn won, that'd be KD's best ring ever. No one could talk shit anymore.
That would a healthy Nets team. They still would have fucked with him about that.
They would have, because the way that it's really the way that they got James Harden and the way that James Harden kind of forced his way. People didn't really like that shit, so they were gonna get shit. Regardless.
He would have got it regardless.
Yeah, but
backfired 100%.
Your ears are kind of red.
Yeah, backfired on.
I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't looking.
Who would have thought that the Suns, were the number 1 seed, were potentially going to go to the finals?
The number 1 seed got
number 2 seed. Utah got bounced. And they were up by 26.
For those of y'all
look back on that one too.
They were up by 26. I didn't watch the game, so I don't know what happened.
I watched the fucking game. That pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah, it did.
Jacob told me that Utah was up for
yeah
by 26. I just said
PG. He was balling.
PG started chipping away.
Yeah.
It wasn't PG. It was Terrence Mann.
Yeah.
Fuck PG. But what? No, I'm not gonna lie. Terrence Mann, I was like, that pissed me off. But what pissed me off more than anything in the world, Patrick Beverly
hitting. He was shooting threes, dog.
My
corner
God,
threes.
What did he have? Like fucking 19 in the game?
That's the only time I was rooting for Pat Beverly. That's the only time.
You don't understand. I've never in my life wanted a chance more to be in front of someone so I could knock them the fuck out. Like, I wanted to fuck up Patrick Beverly.
I was talking that shit to Jacob too.
I was tight. I was tight.
You guys were texting back and forth?
A little bit.
I was watching. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. Because I was watching it the whole time. And what's funny is I had been watching it since before halftime, and I was just about to text Eric, but I was like, nah, let me not play with. Yeah, I was like, let me not talk any shit. Don't want to fuck myself up, right? And I didn't say nothing.
It didn't matter. You should have talked your shit and got it all out.
Yeah, I guess.
You should have got it all out.
I'll save it for the next series. We got to bet somewhere different now.
Shit, they ripped off 4 in a row. And I was telling you, it's like, watch, they're gonna rip off
four people. You heard it.
Watching this after they won
Clippers in 6, and I was like, nah, there's no way in fuck.
Boom, a little $50 parlay helped me out. But now we're even clean slate, so now everything's. Well, I guess I'm still 50 up on you, anyways, because of the last round. Yeah, go ahead, finish that. Drown your sorrows.
I didn't bet shit.
Have to.
Boom. Well, I guess I'll bet on the finals. I'm not betting on maybe the Eastern Conference, but I'm definitely gonna bet on the finals. So
you don't want to do that 50 on Clippers,
bro? I'm spotting you a game.
You did with the fucking Jazz.
Did I?
Yeah.
I thought
Jazz had already won game 1, and you did it.
I think I had picked the Clippers before anyway, so I was just sticking to my guns. I mean, I guess I would be sticking to my guns.
Yeah, at this point, yes, you can.
Yeah, because I was
like, call me what you want, but you can't call me broke money.
But I guess I would be sticking to my guns too this time because I have the Clippers going to the finals. So, fuck.
Like,
I'll wait until the finals.
Up to you, friend.
I'll wait until the finals. Then I'll start taking bets. Money. Jordan, you want to get in on this?
I might.
I'll start taking bets.
I might.
If the Clippers go, because
I think it definitely
do they know what Kawhi
is?
Is it an ACL tear? Do they know? Is it just a sprain? Do they know? They haven't said anything.
Diagnosed just a sprain.
Oh,
the players talked about it like he's done for the season. Though.
That's what. Yeah, that's what the reports were coming out as.
Prayers go out to Kawhi.
He most likely is done for the season, but they haven't put it out yet.
Fuck.
Who would have thought fucking Ty Lue and the Clippers would be?
Ty Lue's got championship experience.
Barely.
Hey, he's got more than anybody else. Who else? I mean, besides KD, but Ty Lue played for the Lakers.
Yeah, he was on that Lakers team.
Yeah, so he's got championship experience.
That's true.
Who else? Because
his press conference, his post game interviews piss me off though. Like he just seems like he does not have control of his team. Like it's him, the coach, and the coaching staff, and then the players and the team over there. He's like, oh, you got to ask them. I don't know why they didn't come out to perform tonight. Just little shit like he just doesn't do a good job as a coach of like taking ownership of what his team is.
He does a better job than Doc Rivers
from a talking perspective. Yeah,
maybe from what he gives to the cameras, but I mean from what he does behind the scenes,
from getting into the players' heads to make them perform.
Yeah, he don't give up a lot, but I mean neither does Greg Popovich, neither does Bill Belichick. Great coaches don't give up a lot.
That's true.
I just hear so I don't get fined.
I don't know. You didn't just compare him to them, right?
No, but
okay, I was just making sure.
Certain tendencies, though, a little bit. I mean, he's got a ring.
He's got a ring. What you talking about? Greats, like 5.
But you got to model your shit after the fucking greats if you want to be great. You can't be modeling yourself after garbage.
That's true.
Then you'll be garbage.
That's why I don't compare myself to any peasants.
What are you doing over there?
I don't know. I keep playing with the fucking mic call up. Like, get over here. Mortal Kombat.
Peasant shit.
Oh, shit.
Just kidding.
I ain't into that.
I mean, y'all saw what I've been drinking.
Also, shout out. Fucking a lot of soccer going on right now. Euro Cups, Copa America going on. Been watching that.
I haven't been paying attention to it, but I do fuck with soccer.
I do. World Cup, I mean, I really like international soccer. I don't really pay attention to club soccer that much, but international soccer is fun. It's exciting because it's like you feel like when you're watching the games, like you can feel the pressure of like a whole country and shit like
it's
that.
It's a whole country behind you.
Honestly, that shit's intense. And I've been watching the Euro Cups more, and my team in Europe is Italy. I wasn't born in Italy, but I grew up 2 years of my life.
I grew up.
The first two. But yeah, so I support them.
Where were you born?
I was born here in fucking Winter Park, Orlando.
Winter Park Hospital?
It's one of those hospitals around here.
You flew out?
Yeah, and literally like a month later, my mom, me, my older sister hopped on a plane, went over to Italy.
How old was Rachel at that point? 3 or 4? 4.
She was about to be 4. She's 2. Her birthday's 2 weeks after mine. Hers is May 6th. Mine's April 21st.
You guys are both tourists?
Yep. Wow. But she's like the opposite. Like she's a lot more.
You guys are opposite of each other.
She's a lot more like
of tourists.
Kind of. She's a little bit more like
reserved. You're the hothead.
Yeah, reserved. She's a little bit more conservative. I'm a little bit more like pushing the envelope a little bit. Out there a little bit more. So I mean, but that's my sister. We're close as fuck. As you've seen, we've had her on here before. But
a lot of close friends of mine are
tourists. We fuck with
Rachel. My guy, because we're fucking real ass people. Spit the fucking truth, the real. But not everybody can handle that shit. I don't know too many other
tourists.
Yes, you do.
Do I? Who? Oh yeah. My guy. Is he? I thought no. He's Aries.
Ryan, yeah, he's Aries.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was talking about. All right. For instance, you. Matt Wood, Jesse, Jacayla.
Matt Wood.
Boom, Torres gang. Torres gang. Jesse he actually followed me on Instagram the other day. Shout out to Matt Wood. I followed you back.
I'm cool with all of them.
Good old Matt Wood. When was the last time we saw him? I think it was when we were in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's the last time I saw him.
No, but he came down to the apartment one time.
2017.
Yeah,
that was.
Oh, so
before,
yeah, that was before. You're right.
Atlanta was 2019.
So Atlanta. Damn, it's been a while.
I might have seen him.
Shout out to Matt Wood.
One of the times since.
My guy.
I talked to him just not too long ago.
For real? How's he doing?
He's pretty good. He's up in Ohio.
For real?
Yep. Been working up in Ohio for a while. He goes to Ohio State.
Still doing that? Does he really?
Yeah, he does.
Nice. Good for him. Yep. The Ohio State University.
And he does still work at Chick-fil-A.
Boom. Where working is a pleasure.
Best customer service on the block.
Bow. Publix is pretty high up there.
Good old Publix.
I love Publix. I've been going to that one over there on East Colonial now.
Go to the one on Alafaya.
The one on East Colonial is nicer.
The one down, it is nice. It is nice inside. It kind of looks like a little beat down on
Colonial.
Going like by
looks beat down on the outside.
A little bit. It has not beat down, but like
PDQ.
No. The one going like towards downtown, like by closer to Mills and shit.
You go all the way.
No, because when I go to work, I take West Colonial, or I take Colonial all the way down to Ocoee.
The old one.
Yeah, so then when I'm on my way back from work, I'm coming that way, so I'll just turn in there real quick and go get my groceries, since the one closer is
out of business.
Out of order. Not out of business, out of order.
They took the whole sign off.
They really did. That's sad, honestly.
That's a building. It's not Publix no more.
But they're remodeling though.
I know what they're doing. I told you.
You did. And I was very upset when I heard that. I was like, no, that shit was so convenient.
Definitely. Sucks that they closed it down.
Well, you know.
I was never in my Publix anyways. I've been to that Publix probably I've been there multiple times in my life, but it's not like mine.
I love Publix. I could do a whole segment on Publix.
We could. Save it for next episode, though.
The BOGOs.
BOGOs be fucking me up, though.
Honestly.
You think you're saving, but
honestly, you only end up saving like $4, like $4.56 or something like that.
See, the thing is, though, if you see one BOGO, you don't stop at one BOGO.
No, you get
at least 6 or 7 of the BOGO items.
Buy one, buy two for $6 or something.
So you're like, oh, bet, deals. And your savings is a lot, but how much you spent is also a lot.
My savings is never a lot. Like, it's literally like $4 on like a fucking $90 fucking bill.
I'll save $20-$30, but like I would have spent already $150, $200.
Okay, see, I'm usually not going over $100. I shop weekly.
Bare minimum. I spend like $100. That's like bare minimum.
I'm between $80 and $100 for my grocery shopping, but I already know what I'm getting. Like, I don't really.
Yep.
Because then I also get to the point where I'm walking down the aisles. I'm like, damn, okay, I need to stop right now because I'm just gonna keep on grabbing everything off the shelf. I don't even need this, and just come give me everything.
That's what I'm trying to say with the BOGOs. I'd be doing that. Like, I'll just go aisle by aisle. Fucking great deal. Throwing shit in my cart. I don't even need that shit.
Paper towels are essential. Probably need those maybe.
You know what else y'all need?
I gotta pick up Ryan. Fuck.
Jesus.
That's hours from now.
I forgot about that.
What?
It's like an hour from now.
What?
I gotta pick up Ryan.
From where?
He's in Atlanta. You didn't know that?
Oh shit. No.
Yeah, I didn't know that till yesterday.
Oh fuck.
I've been taking care of Dallas.
Dennis.
Him too.
Dallas. Good old Dallas.
Think about it.
Good old Dennis.
Need to go 10 to Dallas. Nah, he's fed.
Damn, I didn't know that. Where'd he go up there for? To see his papa?
Yeah, Father's Day.
Nice. That's
Father's Day special. He just popped up.
Boom! I'm here,
Daddy. I'm here. Daddy wasn't home.
That's kind of. Shout out to it's Father's Day. By the time you hear this, it will be long gone. Yep. A couple days gone.
Last weekend.
But happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, shout holding it down and shit, Yeah, shout out to my dad. I was just hanging out with him in Jacksonville.
I almost went, oh, Jesus, never mind.
What? You going to say you're a future father or some shit?
Oh, my God.
You going to make a joke along those lines?
Something like that. It was bad. It was straight. This is why my cup is empty.
Shout out to my dad, Father's Day. My dad woke me up on Father's Day. He was supposed to come out here for Father's Day to go to dinner. He canceled.
My dad
called me yelling at me. Get out of the motherfucking bed.
Why haven't you called me yet?
Nigga, I want this cologne. Send me $150 so I can go and get it. I'm like, what? What kind of cologne is $150? Just send me the money. I'm like, no, let me buy the cologne. And then you just go pick the shit up. I want to verify. Nah, I'm just fucking around. But he did call me like that. along those lines. But I was happy I was able to get him the cologne. So Dad had a good Father's Day. I hope.
Nice. I didn't give my dad shit.
I just gave him my time, really.
I didn't give my dad that either.
Gave him some ideas.
I called my dad
because I texted his wife because I had asked if like they were gonna do anything. So I'm like, all right, well I'll be up there this weekend. And then I asked her if she was like had anything planned for him or anything like that. I'm like, all right, well let's do something at least. Ask him what he like, what type of cake. Let's get him a cake or something. Got him Cheesecake Factory, cheesecake and grilled.
You pulled some of that cheesecake off with you.
Hell yeah, fuck, like a bandit. They fucking, I came down with fucking steak, mac and cheese, fucking cheesecake. Yeah, they fucking hooked it up.
I'll take this.
Honestly.
Nice weekend up there.
Honestly. Not even just a day. I went Saturday night, came back Sunday night.
That is true. Oh yeah, you left. I was under the impression that you left Friday. I thought you did. They told me that you did it.
Nope. There's a bunch of this they going around. It's Jacob who knows all this information.
Yeah, we don't.
I knew about Ryan. I knew about Eric. I know about Jod.
You seem to be the mutual party between everybody right now.
Ryan's out in Atlanta. You got to pick him up from the airport.
We didn't really cross paths. I mean, we crossed paths once, but we were in and out.
Y'all didn't cross the whole way. Not this weekend.
Not enough to like have a conversation.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I would say.
Well, what else? Anything else going on? How much time we got?
There's some things going on.
Too much.
Those things are not for the cameras and the microphones.
It's been an hour.
I'm speaking.
Nah, that is not a language.
I was speaking. Y'all might have not understood it, but who needed to understood it. Understood.
I didn't. I really wasn't paying attention.
I don't know.
Can't really.
It's all right.
It's bird language, like you're speaking to your birds, chirping at them.
Maybe.
Good old pigeons and shit.
What happened to that boy? Oh shit! Ryan texted me.
Boom.
I'm here. He just got back.
But you still got 20 minutes by the time he lands. Fuck, maybe even 30 minutes to the time he gets to his baggage claim and gets his bag. You got time. You good to go.
Shit.
Faux show.
Damn, that humidity.
I was about to say, if you got to sit there longer than 10 minutes,
smack him in the fucking face. It's been humid as
He can wait inside.
Be in the airport.
You don't have to walk outside.
It doesn't matter, bro. You stand out there for 2 seconds. That shit's already fucking. You're wet.
10:40.
Get it, but
you're wet.
Who the fuck would go outside like that?
You still good to pick me up. Ryan be acting. He be acting like funny sometimes. Not funny, but like, of course, I'm gonna fucking pick you up.
You should be like, fuck no. Find someone else. Uber on home, bitch.
He would call an Uber before anything.
Tell him.
He called the Uber yesterday. I'm like, why didn't you tell me? And then I told him what I was doing. He's like, that's why I didn't fucking tell you.
Yeah, he didn't. Because I talked to him. I could have taken him, honestly. I wasn't doing jack shit.
Wow. What a friend you are.
I talked to him and I was like, why didn't you ask me? He's like, oh, I thought you'd been busy. I was like,
he doesn't like to ask for shit. That's just Ryan's personality, period.
Tell him to fucking.
Unless he really needs to.
Tell him to stop having to stick up his ass.
Yeah, I'd be like, hey, yo, what you doing on Monday? Because I need a ride to the airport. He took me to the airport last time. He couldn't pick me up because I forgot to ask him.
Finish your drink, Jordan.
I found
in conclusion, Culture 3 is doing pretty well.
Pretty good album. We're going to wait to give us our final opinion on
Drake,
it. But
stop fucking off with Certified Lover Boy and drop that shit.
We're trying to hear it.
Clippers Bucks finals. Second round bounce.
Suns Bucks finals.
Second round bounce. Brooklyn and Jacob.
Suns got to win the chip.
You suck at betting. That's what I got from this. So
Eric sucks at basketball.
Fuck it. At least I got your money
this week.
I beat you both.
Oh well.
We'll never. I don't even know if you can beat. I don't even know if you could beat Eric.
Hairline like
pulls the shit back.
Shit. Well, fucking.
I don't even think you got Eric anymore.
Boom! Look at that. He's bumped me up. That's something coming from Jacob too, because he doesn't give me shit.
You haven't seen me play in a long time. So
have he played in a long time?
I haven't played in a year.
I give you credit.
That ain't no thizang.
Sometimes.
Last time we played, it had been a nice gap too.
You as well. Hit yourself.
And that's what happens.
Always.
So, not a good thing.
Graves.
But all right, let's close this bitch out.
Old man Graves. Anyways, episode 101 of the No Hangover podcast.
101.
As always, you can find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts,
being that motherfucker 101,
YouTube at No Hangover Podcast.
Come check it out over here.
Follow and subscribe. Comment under those. On Instagram, best social media. Definitely for sure. Follow us at No Hangover Podcast.
For sure.
We're at nohangoverpodcast.com if you want to check out the merch. www.nohangoverpodcast.
Make sure to comment questions, feedback, concerns, ratings, all that shit. Like the content. I don't know if you
like
said
it.
Already,
if you got something to say about the stupid shit I say, by all means, let me know.
Please tell him.
Anything that Eric has to say, let him know. Tell him to shut the fuck up every once in a while.
Some of the stupid shit's not gonna make it out though.
Definitely, no. It'll make it all out. Anyways, Jordan's stupid shit. Out. If you even just don't like Jordan's stupid face, just comment that.
It does never go that way.
This stupid never face. Goes that way.
Bitch it. No, just kidding. It's my brother. My other brother. You talk shit about then, I'm coming to fuck you up.
Brandon Krabs. Follow the podcast.
I made a stupid look when he said that. Though.
Follow on Instagram. But yeah, keep on supporting. Keep on loving. Everybody love everybody.
Episode 101 in the books.
Boom. Until next time.
Gang moves.